So now we go on to the night quests of this chapter, but first we're just going to run around the village, talk to people like maniacs, get an ad because I used copyrighted music for whatever reason.
Yes.
And I come back just to make sure that there wasn't any DLC, if I remember correctly. Yes, that's what I do.
And also, if you're gonna get copyrighted, you might as well get copyrighted for the right stuff, like the bar noise.
Yeah, totally.
Why?
I love those things.
Just
Like when
enjoy.
Like whenever the animation is just so slow it doesn't start immediately when you walk, or the complete opposite where it just jump cuts you immediately to running animation. I love doing that. Thankfully nowadays we don't have as many people to talk to anymore. Or that isn't exactly a good thing, but it's a fact.
Ain't it just?
Yeah, I mean there is only so many places in this village.
Indeed.
Like that one house next to Dr. Lester's. I mean, has anybody checked there?
Nope.
They just look at each other awkwardly, like Princess Allura, and then never mention it again.
Yeah, and don't even talk to each other.
Exactly. Maybe it's one of landlord's properties. You know,
Yeah.
he rents it to people other than Keats.
Oh, time to get drunk.
What was this place anyway? It looks like a bomb shelter, if anything.
I know, right? And then Keith just kind of found a bunch of furniture and made himself at home in here.
She's the best atheist.
Yep. She doesn't believe in you.
She doesn't believe in anything. Yeah, they say basically the exact same thing as when I talked to them the first time. So, Cousin It, how is it going?
What a fool Jimmy is.
It just that, yes. So yeah, we have 2 new side quests and 1 that we can repeat.
Oh my.
This is a pretty simple mission because they don't really change much about the monsters that appear in Fairy Realm, and Bugaboo is honestly really good.
We haven't seen the fairy realm in a while.
Mm-hmm.
So is our reward for this one gonna be like the long coat version of frickin' Ellen's fairy cloak?
No, sadly no, we don't get to that yet.
Aww. Oh, that's the troll.
Yeah, the little troll. The one that I had to get a nice spell for. And I wanted to actually change him so that he would be on a square as opposed to the circle, because I preferred that way. But no.
Yeah. You gotta play this like a Tails game.
But yeah, he's maxed out on everything. so I'm not gonna have any trouble.
Not at all.
So just explode with spikes on everything. You're gonna be fine.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's fun when you can get like when you can just corner them. But yeah, the monsters are exactly the same as you seen the first time going through the fairy realm, with one exception.
Yeah.
Well, actually, a couple exceptions. They remove basically all of the bosses, like the mini bosses and everything.
That troll just looks so confused.
He's honestly, for a gigantic black furry thing, he's really adorable. Life in case you need it.
Right. Only some, though.
Yeah. Fernando probably hates them. I would expect so much of him.
I know, right? Or fucking Stephanie.
Stephanie's the worst folk. Could you imagine? Oh god, what was it? Christy?
Yeah.
Could you imagine if she was a folk that you could use in this game? Nobody would ever use her. Like,
it is I, Catherine Andrews, the folk.
Yeah, like all she would ever do would annoy the enemies by saying that not everybody can speak French like me.
That just gets on your tits.
Ah, so evil.
Oh, they even perfectly spaced out those rocks for you to break them.
Mm-hmm. And he's very happy. Look at how happy he is.
Alright.
That's enough fun.
No more fun.
Yeah, he didn't leave any reward for your troubles. How do you feel about that?
Warm tree nut.
And now something a little special. I'm in the northwest part of the first area in the Forgotten Palace, and this is what actually appears once you have all of the other folks inside of him. Kraken. He is exactly the same as Exodia.
Huh.
Exactly the same, except that he gives you a better attack. You also fight him exactly the same way, it's just as annoying. However, because I have figured out his pattern, I don't think I get hit a single time, or just like I get hit once by accident. And also, he seems to take a lot more punishment, because yeah, that's like the one difference. He takes a lot more punishment. But once you figure out the pattern, he's not a very hard boss. The only hard part about it is that you have to use Gargantura.
Just not nice.
Yeah, exactly.
But at least you have fiery buttfish.
Exactly. The guide that I looked up was suggesting that I use Volcano for it. I did try to do that, but it was a bad idea. Because the Volcano doesn't even stun this thing. Whereas the fiery buttfish does actually have a decent chance of doing so. Also of lighting him on fire. And overall just does a lot more damage for the same amount of energy.
Yeah.
But yeah, them stating that the shield only works from the front is actually really vague. Because as you've seen there, I was surrounded by all of that ice, but it still shielded all of the damage. It was just really vague. They need to very specifically hit you like in like the 30 degrees from behind your eyes in order to actually do any damage to you when you're using that shield.
Huh.
The enemy has to get lucky, which is a rare thing. And now he's on fire, which is great.
Always a bonus.
Yeah, the first time I did actually try to use Volcano against this thing, that ended in tears and death.
So don't follow that advice.
It's just that Volcano is way too slow. And also I find the way it attacks really awkward. Because what happens is you press the button, and then you have to press it again for him to stop his attack animation. It's like a continuous thing. Maybe it works better if you actually have him, leveled up. I couldn't be bothered to do that. He's not very good to start with, and I have the fiery buttfish, so why would I ever want anything else?
Yeah, you pretty much got the best fire folk.
There's, I think, one other one that may be better. I don't exactly remember though.
Oh, there we go.
Now we have him. And he's a balanced one. A very sassy balanced one. He's like the Sheena. He's like the Sheena of the balance puzzles.
Yes. Entirely.
It's like, you're not getting me straight. Nuh-uh.
So how many My Little Pony dolls did it take for you to get this dragon?
And I got the thing.
And they immediately give you a crystal to tire it out on.
Exerdia and
Zodia Kraken. They
yes.
look exactly the same.
Yes, it's just like the other frame of animation that they have.
That is way better.
It is way better. Because
and
like
again, I like to imagine Keats is just pointing his hand like a gun when he does stuff like this.
Bang bang.
Yeah.